Bucs have 5 men between the yard markers on the near side and 4 on the far side and 1 in the middle. So an interesting formation. I'm sure they will spread out because you obviously can't run a kickoff team like this because the middle would be too wide open.
They'll just converge on the ball. They're just going to start out on the ends, and they're going to just converge on the ball.
That's right. I forget that's what they do. They run up with the kicker, and then they all back away. Well, they've been doing that for a couple of years.
And someone on either side is going to have containment and guard the sideline.
Short week for the Bucs. You've heard about it. Let's see if it makes any difference. Talking to Jimmy Shaver before the ball game, he wasn't happy, but that's the way it goes, he said. He's right. Benoit is a left-footed soccer-style kicker. And that's exactly what they do. They run up to the line. Now they straighten up, spread out. Sky kick, short, high, near side, taken to the 20, 25, 30, 35, lead to the 40, to the 42-yard line. First and 10 for the Golden Tours at the 42-yard line, and I doubt we'll see that again.
I'll tell you what, that's designed to kick the ball real high so let your coverage guys get down there and prevent a long run back, but James Lee made a good return over to the 42-yard line in Sulphur territory, and you can tell the electricity just on the opening kickoff.
High formation, 2 receivers to the near side. Trey Barrio under center. The Tours go from right to left, from south to north. Barrio with a play fake to Harrison, rolls to the far side, dumps it off to Lee, the short man, who immediately slips down, and then the Bucs throw him down. And that was bordering on a little bit of unnecessary roughness, but they're going to let it go here early. It's a 2-yard pickup. It appeared from the play, Sulphur, that is not who he wanted to go to.
No, he was looking for someone down deep. Lee was wide open the whole time. He took his reads downfield. No one was open, nothing he felt comfortable with, so he dumped it off to Lee. He could have got some more yardage out of it, but the wet turf had him slip down there.
Trey has completed 27 of 43 passes now for 350 yards on the season. Second and almost 7. Here's the give to Harrison on the right side. He stopped immediately, and it'll be 3rd and long. Carlin comes into the ball game now, 73 carries, 373 yards. He scored 3 touchdowns. It'll be 3rd and 6 coming up for the Golden Tours.
Golden Tours needed one more block that time, Bruce. There was one man that came and met Carlin just past the line of scrimmage. Other than that, everyone else was blocked.
This team gives up just 61 yards rushing per ball game.
They're not overly big, but they look very quick.
2 receivers out here again to the left on the near side. High formation offset left, tight into the right. Barrio to throw. A little bit of pressure. He is going to keep it. He is in trouble and will go down with just a 2-yard gain at best. On the stop for the Bucs, Mike Richard, the shortstop, brings him down. It's 4th down, and the Tours will kick it away. So for the first time in 3 games now, the Tours will not score on their opening possession. But a chance to back up the Barbe offense now.
Be a game of field position. They're going to try and stay away from turnovers and mistakes, and just a battle of field position to see who breaks first. Barbe defense is very quick.
3 and out. Good snap, Broussard. A decent kick. It will roll away from Richard. It takes a Barbe bounce. Flag goes down. And the ball is down to the 26-yard line. Actually, it is not. It wasn't a good punt because it rolled backwards now, and the flag goes down right about the time the ball hit the ground. I wonder what this call could be.
I've never seen that before.
They waved it off.
They waved it off.
So Barbe will end up with decent field position near the 27, considering the situation. Must have fell out of his pocket, I guess. Oh, I know. I bet the Sulphur player was running with the Barbe player. They may have thought it was a halo violation, and he realized that was a different guy catching the football.
Now, what I've seen for the first time, though, the referee on that side stopped everyone from Barbe from going off the field. He told them to stop and stay there. The only thing I could really think of was he was counting players. He thought maybe there was too many men on the field.
Could be.
Because I've never seen a referee stop players from going off the field before.
Mike Miller, the quarterback, has completed 28 of 43. And they take it right up the middle for a couple of yards close to the 29-yard line. They can run the football. Barbe with, I think, about 1,300 yards rushing coming into play. And Miller is one of the guys who leads them. 70 carries, 456, and 5 touchdowns. Miller has not thrown an interception this season.
And the small guys block and the big guys run with it.
Yep. 89 must be that other tight end. He is huge. Kyle Link, one of their leading receivers. 3 receivers out here to the near side. The quick throw on the screen to Richard will pick up some yards, but not many. Torres saw that coming pretty quick. Richard will get up close to the 34. And a 3rd and short coming up for the Bucs from their own 30. Let's see where they put it down. 33-yard line, so it's 3rd and 3.
But Halen Jackson, I was watching in the middle of the football field, and he lowered the boom on big number 83, the tight end. Kind of sending a message there, keep your head on a swivel, pay attention to the game, because I'll light you up anytime we get a chance. And that's going to be the case on both sides.
Tight end left and right. 2 men to the left, 1 to the right. Miller under center. Will throw, the pressure, he throws. It should be picked off, but it's not. In and out of the hands of Carl Menard at midfield. He threw that way behind Richard in Sulphur territory, and Menard is the only guy who had a shot at it, and it's 4th down. And let's see if Barbe punts the football on 4th and 3, and that's a given pretty much, because it's a long 3, almost 4.
Miller's never been picked off this year?
Never.
That missed a good chance right there. Should have had that pick.
8th punt of the year coming up for the Bucs. They've only punted 8 times. Is that Miller back there? Yep, it is Miller, the punter. I think. That 19? It's hard to tell. Averaging about
like it.
30 yards a punt. High snap. Takes forever to kick it. He kicks it straight up into the air. Torres need to get away. Up, it hit a Tor, but fortunately we were waiting for it. It hit. Looked like Derek Baudouin at the 40 with the Torres fall on it at the 39-yard line. So we're 3 yards further back than we were the first time we had it.
Hit Baudouin in the foot, and he was near Nick Rogers, who was back to field the punt, and they both jumped on it for the Golden Tours. So you got to know where the football's at.
First punter is Michael Guthrie, the backup quarterback.
Okay.
And it was actually Derek Baldwin who didn't know where the ball was, hit him in the foot. They did a good job of jumping back on top of that thing.
Out of the I formation, here's Lee for a yard or 2 maybe, on close to the 41. Tours had their best success against Lagrange running it up the middle, but that was Lagrange. It's a little bit different situation here against Barbe. They give them a couple. So 2nd and long, 8 coming up for the Golden Tours. We're scoreless here in the first quarter, 7:44 and counting. Each team with a possession, neither team with a first down, but that's what we expected. Receiver left and right for the Tours. Tied in over here to the left, John Cloud, who's now in the top 6 or 7 in receiving after a good week against Lagrange. The pitch goes to Harrison on the right side. The Tours are there to block. They don't. They hold instead. There'll be no gain on the play. So it'll be 3rd down if the Bucs elect to ignore the penalty. Tours were there blocking, but...
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it looks like they got an opening there, but that's a good job of one-on-one tackling out there in the open field to bring Carlin Harrison down.
Cliff is the call, so it's even bigger than 10. It'll be 15. So Tours cannot go side to side against the Barbe Bucs here early because of their speed. As you mentioned, a lot of these guys play baseball, so we see them in the spring, and they are quick. So 15 stepped off against Sulphur for the Clips. So it'll be 2nd and 20-something here. 2nd and 23 back at the 26. And of course, I guess it's a wise choice to take that penalty since you expect it to be a game of field position.
Oh, most definitely.
So that was the wise call. Even if the Tours get most of the yards back. I formation, 2 receivers out here to the near side. The Bucs shift the defense to the left. Lee will get a couple. So it'll be 3rd and a ton. The Tours will need about 22 for the first down, as they have not been able to move the football in their 2 possessions so far here against the Barbe defense.
Might be a good call right here, maybe a screen pass, but It's a bit too early to tell if Barbe sends a lot of people on their blitz packages, on third. This is the first real long situation we had for a sure passing down, but, maybe a screen pass would be a good thing, or maybe hit that tight end.
One man in the backfield. Harrison is out here in a slot at the left side. Rishi to the right. And they'll throw the quick drop, the quick throw to Harrison. He's all alone. And he'll get a couple, 3 maybe, out to the 31-yard line. A naked screen, more or less. And once Carlin tried to juke his way out of the tackle at the 30, the speed of the Bucs just caught up with him. And it's 4th and 18. So Broussard will really have to nail one here as Richard drops back deep.
Yeah, they were laying back in pass coverage that time. Didn't allow it to. But it was a quick pass, however, but the Bucs made a good recovery.
Flag goes down. Barbe may have been offside, Sulphur seems to think. Nick Rogers does anyway. And that would help. That'll get us 5 more yards of that field position back, and that's exactly what it is.
Every yard counts in a game like this. Yes. Every yard.
Barbe has had the football more than their opponents, nearly 2-1. Oh, no, that's in the first half. Okay. Oh, boy, that's unbelievable. That is amazing. John McDonald, the stat man for the Barbe Bucs, and we appreciate that. Also, they have not given up any yardage or any points in the third quarter. Broussard, again, a decent punt. Will it take a decent roll? It will take a better roll, and the Tours will down it at the 27-yard line. So maybe one more roll would have gotten it inside the 25. Jeff Armelin grabs it right there. It was going to hit him anyway. So the Tours were 3 yards further back on their second possession. The Bucs are 2 yards plus. But it is 1st and 10 now for the Buccaneers, and a scoreless ball game here with 5:24 to go in quarter number 1. In the backfield, along with Miller, is Blake Pemberton, the running back that we talked about. He's a sophomore, but he's a good one. Man comes in motion from left to right. Pemberton gets the football, and Pemberton picks up 5 yards out across the 30-yard line and bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Barbe offense near the 33.
Just a power run right up the middle of the Golden Tour defense that time. That's all it was. Good pickup on first down, though.
Actually, that might be the biggest gain of the night for either team so far, 5 yards. Receiver left and right. Now the man in motion is from the right side to the left. They give to Pemberton. He's wrapped up after maybe a yard. That time the Tours stuffed up the middle. And it'll be 3rd and almost 5. Very little gain on the play as Matt Dufresne leads the Golden Tour defense. David Savoy also in there for Sulphur.
That's usually the case, and that happens when you run the Golden Tours up the middle, is exactly what you've seen on that play right there. Hardly any gain whatsoever.
Receiver comes out here to the near side, also one to the left. We get double wing here, the tight end. Out of the shotgun, they'll center it straight back to the man who's at quarterback, who will lose 4 yards. That was not Miller. That was
Matt Dufresne, Halen Jackson, and let's see, 96 is Trent Lawrence.
Clopas also in there. Eric Fry lined up in the shotgun and took the snap, and he was smothered after a loss of about 4. It's 4th and 8. So the punter will come in.
Like we mentioned, Bruce, looks like it's a game of defense right now.
Michael Guthrie is the punter. Yeah, there he is, 15. Yep. And the Bucs only gained 3. Good snap. Lots of time. Another straight up in the air kick. A fair catch is dropped, but boy, for the second straight time, we got lucky, and it rolled right to Menard at the 39-yard line. And for the second straight possession, we'll start there, 1st and 10.
Tell you what, if you're not going to have anybody that's going to be sure-handed and receive the ball back there, don't put anyone at all.
That's right. Get away from it. In a game like this, you can't give, either one of these teams cannot give up field position.
Golden Tour starting out on the 39-yard line, though, so that's a lot better than when we was punting from a while ago.
This is where we started that drive. I formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 over to the right. The option, pitch to Harrison, near side. He'll lose, he'll gain a yard. No, he won't even gain that. No gain on the play. Man, these guys can move for the Buccaneers. Lubin leads the defense, the defensive captain, 2nd and 10.
I was going to say something, Bruce, to Marvin Lubin, the senior, seems to have a nose much like Ray Lewis, always around the football, playing his linebacker position. He was in on the tackle on Harrison on that naked screen last drive for the Bucs. He has been all over the place, and again, just seems to know where that football is going to go.
So from the 39, the Tours will play a 2nd and 10 of the I formation. And the give will be to Harrison. He comes to the near side. He'll get about 4. The short side of the field to the 43, 44-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down, and 5 needed for the 1st down. And the speed of this team is just amazing.
That was a little bit better. That was a little bit quicker to the running back to allow him to get up the field a little bit faster. A little bit more of a power-type run. Not necessarily a handoff off tackle, but it was a little bit more of a power-type play than the option on the play before. There was a quick pitch early, and there was 4 tacklers to the ball, as Richard had mentioned, including the linebacker, Lubin.
I formation, 2 receivers to the right. 3rd and 5. The give up the middle to Lee. Nope, option. Barrio keeps it, and he'll get a yard. So the Tours will punt for the 3rd time tonight. As running it inside, running it outside ain't working.
Well, I'd much rather them hammer the ball inside in between the tackles for a while, because you're not going to get outside on these fast, on this fast defense that Barbe has. You need to power the football in between the tackles, and then on occasion go outside whenever they're starting to. But you got to establish some power first. We're not getting outside.
Well, we're going to wear out Mike Richard and Chris Broussard here. Good snap. Better kick. Richard lets it hit, and takes a neutral bounce. Boy, if Chris could ever get a good roll here, well, the Bucs would get it inside the 20. This is their worst starting field position, though, at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers. We are still scoreless with 1:06 to go in the 1st quarter.
Soft turf is taking a lot of bounce out of the ball, and it's making it dive right there with very little roll.
The Bucs huddle up on the far sideline, and they'll come onto the field when they're ready to go. Tours will then look to see who's coming out. Pemberton in the backfield. Wide receiver far side is Billy Morrow. Also over there is Fry. Miller under center. Here comes the end around, and it did not work. They gave it to Fry coming on the end around, and the Tours were there, a loss of a yard.
And that was Clofus, Derek Clofus, doing the fine job with a lot of penetration, staying home, doing his job. When you get penetration like that, you stay as deep as the deepest back, and that's exactly what he did, turning it up inside, and then it was Corey Lejeune with the tackle from his linebacker spot.
One of them blew out Andrew Wright, the tight end, and that forced it inside. As Wright, the big tight end, could not hold the block, and Fry was forced to cut inside, and the Tours make the tackle. 2nd and almost 11 now. 4 receivers in the pattern, no tight end. Play fake to Pemberton. Look it over the middle, throwing too hard, incomplete. Way over the head of one of those big boys, Link. And a 3rd and almost 11 coming up for the Bucs. Well, they set it down at the 25, so 3rd and 10. They have given back that half a yard they lost.
Casey Knockan with the coverage that time, bringing Link down as the ball was going over his hands.
So big 3rd down play coming up here. 16.8 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Miller under center. Play clock at 5. The Bucs are going to be in trouble here. 3, 2. They'll get it off. Miller, quick drop, the fake. He's in trouble. He throws it away, and it is incomplete. He nearly threw it to Corey Lejeune, who was laying down on the ground as he was in the grass, but it was not called. And it'll be 4th down, and the Bucs will have to punt. Boy, we were close to the sack and even closer to the interception again.
Boy, he was lucky. He got away with one that time. The Golden Tours played it perfectly. They went trips left. That means 3 receivers over on the far sideline. they faked that play that they ran earlier with one of the three guys to drop back. He faked that, and he was going to throw it back all the way over here to the right side. The Golden Tour defense, led by Halen Jackson and Clovis, once again, all over Miller. He just does get it off, and Lejeune almost picks it.
Well, they get the snap off just barely. A better kick. Fair catch signaled for at the 41-yard line by Richer. And, well, the Tours really didn't get anything out of that because Guthrie with a better kick. The Tours will have to run a play with 2 seconds left to go in the first quarter. But our best defensive stand as the Bucs end up with no yards on that possession. And it was darn near Sulphur football and a sack.
Golden Tour defense is playing equally as well, if not better, than the Barbe defense.
Our best starting position, the 42-yard line. Still scoreless as we'll come to the end of the first quarter on this play. Barrio under center, receiver left and right. Gonna throw. Man is wide open and he overthrows him. He had Richer with the step on Richard, and that is the end of the first quarter as he overthrows him. The Tours nothing and the Bucs nothing. Back in a minute on Sports Radio 1310 KEZM.
Take this opportunity to thank Gaines, Boston Strength, Richard Defense, thanks Ian, Margaret, and the staff.
Justice for Sulphur, Corliss, and Westlake. Paid for by the committee to elect Charles Trump, Sulphur City Judge.
It's first down, though the yard marker says second. No, it is second down. I'm sorry. Barrio to throw, rolls near side, dumps it off to the 45, to the 50. Tours are going to be close to a first down. They won't quite have it, but Lee gets it into Barbe territory, and for the first time, somebody's in the other guy's yard.
Yes, indeed. That was a nice play that time. A roll out, Barrio, and he hits Jared Lee. A fine. We got good skill position players, receivers, tight end, running backs. If we can just give them a little bit of room. This time he hits Jared Lee on the run, and he picks up. He's just almost 2 yards short of the first down.
That might not be a bad play to run against the speed of Barbe. You could at least pick up 4 or 5 yards a pop. Third and less than 2, I formation. Here's Lee. Nope, here's Barrio. First down, Tours. That's progress. No one has picked up a first down until now.
Now, we used to call that, Bruce, a quarterback follow. We faked it to Lee going into the line of scrimmage from his fullback spot. You just keep the ball, and you just follow him into that hole and go run right behind him, and we pick up the first down just a bit short of the Barbe 45.
It's right next to the R in the word Tours as Sulphur goes from north to south, from left to right here in quarter number 2. Receiver left, receiver to the right. I formation for the Tours, tight end over here to the right. Barbe shuffles around on defense, and the Tours with the play fake. Barrio to throw. Dumps it off near side. It is caught by Lee. He's at the 40. He's at the 36-yard line, and he's close to a first down. I think his intended receiver may have slipped at the 30, but there was Lee.
Now, Barrio that time showed a lot of poise. He dropped back. He looked downfield. He bought himself a little bit of time by starting to roll out a little bit. He continued his options downfield. Did not see anyone break open. Dumps it off over to Lee for almost a 10-yard pickup.
Second and less than 1. 2 Tours go to the right. Richer is one of them. And the other one over there is Hunter Ballou. Offset eye, give to Harrison. Harrison is caught in the backfield, and it'll be third and about a full yard now. That play took way too long. That is not going to work against a defense like this.
Well, what they did, they stunted and fired off their defensive ends and linebackers from the outside. They had a lot of penetration and got to Carlin very deep in the backfield. Remember, he's lined up in the eye. In that situation there, if he'd have given that to Lee or would have ran it behind Lee himself, that would have worked much better, as he would have picked up definitely the first down, but a lot of penetration in the backfield before Carlin could get started.
Receivers left and right. Look a little confused here.
Yeah. They still need to keep it between the tackles, though, in this situation.
Here's the give to Harrison. He dives to the 35. Now, if he gets the correct spot, it's first down, and it looks like he will.
Looks like he got good spots. Good spots.
Correct spots. It's really what it is.
Sure it did. He jumped into the line of scrimmage, and they folded him over like a folding chair, and he knifed over. They're going to measure, but that's a first down.
Which will give us time to tell you that some of our sponsors this season include K Communications at 3307 East Napoleon in Sulphur, your authorized Motorola two-way radio sales and service dealer. Call them at 626-3690. Sam Nelson and the gang at KCOM. Also, First Baptist Church in downtown Sulphur inviting you to come out and worship with them each and every Sunday along with Wednesdays. They got all kind of great stuff for you and the family at First Baptist Church, 401 South Huntington Street in downtown Sulphur. And right across the street from them is West Cal Printing, 315 South Huntington. Run the Landrenew owner. Commercial printing done there. Promotional items, Xerox copies, announcements, and invitations. Call or fax us at West Cal Printing at 527-7780. Of course, it was a first down for the Tours.
I'm sure they could caught that reaction over the radio waves back at home for the cheers of the Sulphur crowd. Come on.
We're on the cable.
All right.
The reunion with John Bridges down there. So we're on the TV tonight. We ought to do that again like we used to.
Yeah.
John would like that, huh? High formation. The pitch comes back to Lee on the option. He's at the 30, the 25. Out of bounds. Inside the 21-yard line. And the bad news is we got looks like a lineman down.
Boy, another one.
I can't believe it.
That is unbelievable. And he's holding his leg.
Yep, holding his knee. Oh, that's not good at all because we've got a whole starting team sitting outside on the bench.
I'll tell you what, that's what we was talking about earlier. If you can establish some gains in between the tackles, which the Golden Tours started doing, they started using the pass, really, to loosen up the Barbe defense a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got some heavy beef coming into the football game now, folks. We got Vahalen Jackson. We've got Trent Lawrence. We've got Matt Dufresne. It looks like the defense is on the football field for the Golden Tours, except for Jared Lee.
That's about all the linemen we got, our defensive ones.
Hey, they're big guys. They can play. This is a do-or-die game. Let's go ahead and have at it. They used to play two ways or both ways a long time ago. It can be done again.
And they still do it in the smaller schools. Bo Knowles having an equipment problem. The Bucs number 7 is down. They're working on his helmet.
I like the look. I like the Golden Tours philosophy here, putting these big guys on the offensive line. Because if they can play offense like they can play defense,
we got nearly 2 teams of them on injured reserve. 1st and 10. Quick pitch.
Boy, look out.
To Lee. He had a blocker. He fumbled the football, but the ground caused it. So the Tours will play a 2nd down at the 14-yard line. He had somebody out in front of him.
Oh, I tell you, it was Jackson. It was Big Vahalen Jackson leading the way down there. I tell you what, you could tell the Golden Tour offense kicked it up a notch. There was a little excitement on that offense because you could tell there was a little bit of hop to their step. Then they come and they play a little power football, and they use pretty much that old USC student body right. And it looked good going down the field, folks. Let me tell you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we were running players there now. We were a lineman short. 10 seconds on the play clock as the Tours come to the line. It's 2nd and about 3 from the 14. Tours in the red zone. The give is to Lee. Picking up some positive yards. He'll be close to the first down at the 11-yard line. And we may have to measure it again. Nope, the white hat automatically says 3rd down, and no, that can't be right.
That's okay with me.
Yeah.
That gives us two shots at getting a yard. And I tell you what, it looks like Sulphur's going to play some power football right here.
So we can tell you about a couple more sponsors. Sissy's, Maplewood Drive-In at the corner of Maplewood and City Service Highway. For delicious burgers, po' boys, and plate lunches at Sissy's. They're open 10 to 2 Monday through Friday. And by High Hope Care Center, a long-term care facility at 475 High Hope Road in Sulphur. Call 527-8140. 3rd, and the link to the football. Power formation for the Tours. The option. Barrio turns it up. He's got 5. 1st and goal to go Tours inside the 6.
This looks like an entirely different football team right now, Bruce. Entirely different. They're kicking it up a couple of notches from last week. This is power football at its finest. I really like the looks of this.
By the way, there was another stat I ran across. Last time the Bucs had the football, Miller has only been sacked once. He's thrown no interceptions, and he's been sacked once.
My goodness. Should have had a sack and should have had two,
on the
and
same
two
play.
interceptions.
Yep. First and goal to go Tours. The pitch back to Lee. Some running room. Missed tackle. Touchdown Tours.
Man, what a fine job of running by Lee to get to the last guy. Right before the goal line, he takes on a Barbe Bucs, keeps his balance and falls into the end zone. But let me tell you, folks, the offensive line just flat out knocking people off the football. And boy, I have been enjoying this ever since these guys got into the lineup. You could just tell the intensity was there.
Nice play there by Lee, and it was all his second effort running over Matt Mesh about 2 feet from the goal line. He was able to just keep his feet pumping and moving, push Mesh out of the way for the touchdown.
Stevenson on. He's been perfect all season long. Got a hold of Barrio into that south end zone. Snap is back in good shape. The kick is also up and good. 7:31 left in the first half. It is Sulphur 7 and Barbe nothing. Back in a minute on KEZM. Golden Tour football also brought to you in part by State Representative Ronnie Johns, wishing the best of luck to the Sulphur Golden Tours, and by Monograms at 1309 Cypress Street for monogramming, trophies, engraving, and more. They can personalize caps, jackets, towels, just about anything. No order too big or too small. Or the Coonses at Cajun Monograms. Call 528-8010. Stevenson up on the north 40. And the play clock will begin here. A couple of guys deep for the Bucs. Richard is on the near side. And I can't really see who the other guy is on the far side. So we'll find out here directly. Stevenson's kick will go to him. And Knowles, he takes it at the 8. And he's knocked out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. You know, I'm wondering if Stevenson had, when he kicks the ball, it just hooks that way. But after watching that play, it may be done that way on purpose, forcing him to the sideline.
Could very well be. You can use the sideline as another defender out there. Casey Knockwan on the stop. He just met the returner right there at the sideline and just drove him to the fence.
Now, key defensive possession or key defensive set coming up for the Tours. They're up 7-0. They have not allowed Barbe a first down. You got to keep it going here.
Sure do.
Can't let up on D. Here's the give to Pemberton, and he is wrapped up after a gain of about a yard. He is bulldogged down by David Savoy.
David Savoy from his linebacker spot, first one there, helped making the stop, and then Joe Kelly helping out also.
A gain of about a yard and a half. Second down and a short 9 coming up for the Bucs. Clock moves under 7 minutes to play in the first half. 7-0 Sulphur. Miller in the shotgun. Timeout Barbe. They were up. Flag goes down. We had too many men in the huddle. Maybe. Flag went down. But did they get the timeout? Apparently they did. So we'll take the break. Sulphur leads at 7-0. We'll be back in a minute on KEZM. Back at Matt Walker Stadium, the Tours lead at 7-0. But just to say goodbye to former stepdaughter Michelle. She heads to the Marines on Tuesday.
Cool.
In South Carolina.
Semper Fi. They did penalize the 5 yards, by the way.
They're going to make a man out of her.
Yeah.
Don't let them do that, Michelle. Miller throws over the middle, incomplete. Intended again for the tight end, and the Tours are rushing that throw every time. By the way, Wolf said they were penalized 5 yards for an illegal substitution. They had 12 men in the huddle, and you can't do that. So it was second and 15. Now it's third and nearly 15. Third and 14, really, for the Bucs, who on the last 2 possessions have gone backwards.
Yeah, they was going to try and throw it to that big tight end. Casey Knockhan, coming from the safety spot, was coming down bearing hard on him and put a helmet to his chest. But I'm not sure if the ball didn't skip off of Knockhan's helmet. If he'd have been looking up for the ball, he might have picked it. I know he'd have picked it.
Receiver left and right. Man in motion is Richard from the slot back spot. No one in the backfield. They're going to throw. They're going to throw way out here. It is incomplete. Knowles, the intended receiver, out at the 40-yard line. And I don't know about the rest of you folks, but you ought to be on your feet for this defense here. It is 4th and about 14 now for the Barbe Buccaneers. And this defense ought to have a standing ovation because they all sat back down after I stood up.
Matt Knockham Matt Goodwin with one of the guys with the coverage. There was also another Golden Tour back there. I didn't pick up the number. Richard may have, but that was Matt Dufresne and Clopas putting the pressure on Miller that time that forced that high throw.
This punt will come from about the 4-yard line. Guthrie gets a good snap. Gets a bad kickoff. It hits, takes a Barbe roll and a fair. Can you fair catch a bounce?
Couldn't tell you.
We did.
We did.
Flag goes down.
Very late. I don't know if any activity that could be before.
Was that delay of game for the fair catch? I mean, he was not tackled. I don't think you can call a fair catch on a hop.
It's not a penalty to call it.
Yeah.
I can assure you.
Personal foul, dead ball. Oh, no. What was that, Richard?
You know, for a minute there, I thought they were going to call illegal procedure.
Yeah?
There was some blocking after the ball took a bounce, and they may have taken accidental shots to the head. I don't think it was intentional, but...
Well, I saw a personal foul, but he didn't indicate who.
No, he didn't.
But now it's going to go against Sulphur, it appears.
Well, he's faced to go towards the south with it.
Yeah, but he's talking to Barbe.
Yeah,
this will be on Sulphur.
And Sulphur's back 20 yards. I got personal... What is that?
It's declined.
That's not a personal foul.
Oh, well, where's Ralph?
It was declined for some reason. He still never did mention on who it was for. He never pointed to the direction.
No, you're right, but he talked to Barbe. Mark Teal just said something.
Yeah, he said personal foul against Sulphur.
That's what it looked like. Huh. Well, we got it at the Barbe 43-yard line.
And why would they decline something against us?
That makes no sense. We'll have to find Ralph. The fake pitch.
Oh, he fell.
The receiver fell down. Now Barrio's going to run for his life. Come back. No, he's going to throw in his pick.
Oh, no.
Man, flag goes down. Richard goes down.
Probably a face mask.
It'll be Barbe football. You're right. I think it'll be a face mask. Oh, no, that was a terrible, terrible play. Golly.
He would have just been better off just keeping the football and going ahead and run with it.
Throw it down the field.
They went play action, folks. Everything looked real good. The tight end fell or was tripped up, was laying on his belly, and he was going to be wide open. He got up. He was still open by that time. Barrio started looking, scanning the field for other options. And then when he went back and looked to him, the safety came over and covered him. He went to the left, came back right, and that's when he decided he picked up some blockers there, and he could have had definite positive yardages out of it, but he elected to throw late over the middle, and it was picked off.
Into double coverage, and Richard was waiting for it.
My goodness.
The best starting position for the Barbe offense. They're 37.
If anything, you punt the ball and keep them deep in their territory instead of let them out.
Throw it away. Doggone, here's a give up the middle to Pemberton. He breaks free.
He was trying to make a play, though. I'll give him that for trying to make a play. But, you know, and obviously we have a bird's eye view, and I could see his offensive line come back to help him out, and he had like a little wall for him. But, I mean, he can't obviously see that from down there, but we can.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
I really think Mike Richard kind of goaded him. He was standing a few yards behind him, and from a bird's eye view, from actually the field point of view, he did look open for a few seconds just to give Barrio some credit.
On 2nd down, Miller, the quick throw. Far side caught. This is going to be very close to the first down of the night for Barbe, and it will be the first down. They're still in their own territory, but they've got enough for their first move of the chains here tonight. That's not backwards. Oh, that's a killer, though. Man.
Boy, you had a definite chance to put a big dagger in them.
Yeah.
And that's what we're frustrated about, you know.
Yeah.
That's all we're frustrated about, you know. These kids are playing hard, folks. Let me tell you, they are having at it. This is a war.
And we are winning this game on both sides of the football right now. But you can't make mistakes against a team like this. Power I formation here. Check that out. A false start. There it goes. There. The official couldn't get that flag out. So there'll be 5 against the Bucs here. So no play, really. It'll be 1st and 15 after this. The guy could not. He had that thing tied to his underwear. And he couldn't get that flag out. If this place seats 7,000, we got at least that many here tonight.
Good crowd here. Good crowd.
Bruce, a little conversation. Corey Laborde, the offensive lineman for the Sulphur Tours, has a high ankle sprain. Kind of confused on where the pain was coming from, whether it was coming from the shin. Actually, the pain going all the way up to the knee, some tendon damage, and a high ankle sprain. Very, very doubtful to come back, obviously, tonight. Maybe the next couple of games as well.
And we can't lose any more linemen. Miller to throw. Throws out here. Richard is wide open. First down, Bucs in Sulphur territory. The stick is made by Menard, but an excellent throw by Miller. He threw that on a rope to the 36-yard line. First down, Barbe, inside Sulphur territory.
Well, Miller was allowed to step through the football that time. He was allowed to sit in the pocket, plant, and step through the ball, through the pass. And Menard with the hit, like you said, the Golden Tours came with pressure just at his feet whenever he's letting the ball go. But our success is getting to him earlier.
Yeah.
Power I formation.
Again, those 2 big tight ends are in the backfield, and Pemberton is behind.
Okay, power I. If you see the guy on the right side, chances are they're going to run right.
No.
There it is.
Running backs. Here's Pemberton. And the Tours were just kind of waiting for him as he got it inside the 34, though, to about the 33-yard line. And now the Barbe offense is finding its stride here. And they've picked up a couple of first downs here in the second quarter on this possession off the turnover. So second down at about 7 or so coming up for the Bucs. They trail 7-0. We're down to 4:30 to go in the first half. From Matt Walker in Sulphur.
Power I once again showing strong side right.
Yep, same formation. This time the play comes left, and Pemberton is stopped after a gain of about 3 once again. So now a big 3rd down call coming up. I would imagine this is 4-down territory for the Buccaneers. And we got another guy down. Another lineman. This is unbelievable, man.
That's Matt Dufresne.
Oh, that's a real big loss there.
He is one of our strongholds on the D-line.
Look at Paul Bourgeois walking out there. He's just wondering, what in the world can we do? You can find a scrimmage. Power I again, strong right.
Strong shows right side. I would look outside, not inside.
Here's Pemberton. He is stopped. Maybe a couple of yards. I said, okay, he didn't get inside the 30. I thought for a minute he hadn't gained the yard. It's 4th and a couple, and I seriously doubt that they'll do anything but run it again.
Yeah, it's definitely 4-down territory. I'm just surprised that they're still trying to go in between the tackles. They've tried 3 plays, and they've gotten 6 yards. I'm just pretty surprised by that.
He didn't get a very good spot. It's 4th and 3. 3:10 to go. Sulphur on top, 7-0.
They're going to stay in the power I.
Why not?
And strong side right. Watch the fake.
Yep,
there it
here
is.
it comes. Miller, first down and more. Tripped up. Tours had a shot at him. He knew that was coming sooner or later. They were not going to run that play 4 times in a row.
There was absolutely no doubt in my mind whatsoever.
Yep.
He went bootleg. He gave the ball to the running backs before, and he faked the bootleg going out to carry it out. This time he faked the handoff and kept the ball himself. There was no doubt in my mind that 4th and long like that they were definitely going to take the ball outside, and I knew he was going to have it in his hands.
2:50 to go now, and the same formation. They're just pounding it at the Tours right now. Pemberton for about 3. Now the good news is the clock keeps running.
We just couldn't quite get out there. We were all clogged up and getting in each other's way to be able to get outside to stop him.
Now you're in field goal range, and that you might consider on 4th and long. In the red zone now for the Buccaneers. It's 2nd and 7, and a timeout will be called by Sulphur. We'll take the break. 2:25 to go. First half, Sulphur 7. Barbe nothing. Back in a minute on KEZM.
We have a Saturday game, so we're going
Welcome back, everyone. 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first half. Golden Taurus lead at 7-0. Barbe has second and about 7 from the Sulphur 15-yard line.
And for what, about the 6th play in a row, they run this power formation.
Lose yards.
This time the Taurs stuff it for a gain, actually no gain on the play. What is that now, 6 in a row they've run that?
Yeah.
3rd down, then they put it in the middle of the field, so that's interesting. 3rd and 6. Yeah, 3rd and a long 6 coming up for the Bucs. The ball at the Sulphur 16-yard line now as we hit the 2-minute mark in the first half.
Now, I'm going to protect my outside flanks right now. I wouldn't so much worry about the inside. I definitely get to the outside.
Same formation. Miller will throw. Rolls to the near side. He's in trouble. He is hit, and he will go down. He is not sacked. He was hit in the backfield. It is 4th down and 2, and if I'm Jimmy Shaver, I'm going for it.
Oh, he's definitely going to go for it. But Halen Jackson had him in the backfield.
Couldn't grab
Tried to get him up high. If he'd have had one more step to get closer to the quarterback, he'd have drug him down. But David Savoy came across, and I mean, they met at the 12, and they both dropped at that spot. 4th and about 2.5.
Yeah, 2.
I wish you could have had the microphone on and heard that hit helmet to helmet. Savoy laid a stick on it.
Okay, I would look for him to roll right. It's a power eye, right, strong.
Give us to Pemberton, 1st and goal to go, Bucs. Pemberton gets it inside to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and the Buccaneers have 1 minute to get it in the end zone. But they do have 2 timeouts.
Needed 2, he got 3. 1 minute left. Clock stops. Ball's at the 9. Well, at least it's the 9.
Yep.
It's got to go all the way to the end zone.
Well,
No
this power formation has got them about 3 yards a pop, and that's all you need. Well, it feels like the end of the ball game.
Yeah.
You're a nervous wreck wanting them to stay out of the end zone here at halftime.
Boy, I mean, that would be a big confidence boost.
What a drive, though. For
Either way.
Miller keeps. Miller stops. Gets away. Gets a yard. Taurs had him be inside or outside the 10-yard line, but could not hang on to the big man, and the Bucs will have to call the timeout. We'll take the break, too. 38 seconds left in the first half. 7-0 Sulphur back in a minute on KEZM. It's Subway in Sulphur at 1800 Fruit Street and 309 South City Service Highway. Miller to throw. The ball is tipped and incomplete.
Miller lined up in the shotgun, Bruce. He rolled over to the right. He tried to disguise the football, having it tucked, and he rolled to the right side like it was going to be a run, and then he tried a throwback all the way across the line, across the field. Corey Lejeune had his man covered, but his back was to the ball, but he had his man covered, but it was number 15,
Menard.
Carl Menard, that came from a safety spot to bat it away to make sure it's not completed.
3rd and goal to go from the 8.
32 seconds left.
Receiver left and right. Slot man, wing man over here to the right. Excuse me, to the left. Miller, quick drop, quick throw, touchdown, tie it in, wide open.
You got to watch the big tight ends in that situation. That is the key.
Flag goes down for the celebration.
Got to be.
But the Bucs are 1 point away from tying it here at halftime.
The big man just coming across the middle, just a quick delay route, sprinted right up the middle, and, well, when 2 big guys over 3 can see each other, that's a pretty easy toss.
Oh, and that is an enormous call because it's 15 against the Bucs. They'll have to kick this from the 35-yard line if the Taurs, they may have the option on the kickoff. I think I would take it right here.
I would take it right here.
Make
sure.
walk kick from the 25-yard line.
That's what I would do.
I mean, what are we going to do with 28 seconds?
This is definitely where you take the penalty, yes.
Absolutely. So this means Benoit must kick from the 35-yard line. That was Wright, who caught the touchdown pass. Barbe fans are booing.
Came after the touchdown, Bruce.
Yes, it did. It is a correct call as far as that goes. Left-footed kicker. Miller is the holder. Snap is in good shape. The kick is on the way. It is no good. Hooks it into the band. That's why you take that penalty right there.
Well, thank you.
We'll be back. Sulphur leads it 7-6. Back in a minute on KEZM. When your vehicle is repaired properly, repairs should be virtually undetectable. Second miss of the season for Benoit at the extra point. And it is a big one. So they'll kick it again. Or kickoff here with 28 seconds left. This time we kind of squib it, no sky kick. Taken at the 12 to the 20, 25, lead to the 30, or that's not Lee, but Montgomery. Montgomery gets it to the 35-yard line. The Tours have 21 seconds and 3 timeouts if they choose to use them. The Bucs will get the football when we start the second half.
Yeah, and it all resulted in they got their points right after that turnover. Boy, that was just big. You know, you got to play mistake-free, but the Golden Tours still hanging tough and still have the 1-point lead here with 21 seconds left in the first half.
Hey, they made them earn it. They made the Bucs earn it.
Sure did.
2 receivers over to the left. Looks like we're going to take a knee. Not a bad idea if we do. Yep, Barrio will drive it up the middle. He's hammered pretty hard. The Tours fans want a penalty. But the best thing to do is to get out of here, leading it 7-6. At halftime, the Tours on top by 1. We'll be back in 2 minutes on Sports Radio 1310 KEZM.
Did you...
Ladies and gentlemen, for your pastime entertainment, we proudly present the combined bands of Long, Lewis, and Maplewood Middle Schools and the Sulphur High School Band and Pride. The LaValle Band is under the direction of Mr. David Almaguer. The Lewis Band is under the direction of Mr. Tim McMillan. And the Maplewood Band is under the direction of Mrs. Martha Dalton. The Band of Pride is under the field direction of drum majors Kimberly Suarez and Summer Galar, with color guard Captain Velvet Trahan and drum captain Brian Broussard. The band start off with a pet band favorite titled Crunch Time.
Offenball is also out there. So I bet he gets a little nervous. 1st and 10. I mean, no offense to the Barbe folks. The football teams never won a state championship, but the baseball teams won a bunch.
Boy, I'm telling you.
Gosh, I like to watch those guys play, too. They are something else. 3 receivers go to the left side now for the Bucs. One man in the backfield is Pemberton. Tied in over here to the right. Pemberton's got it, and so do the Tories. Down he goes. No gain on the play. Man, he was wrestled down.
That's for Highland Jackson.
Big number 98. He has had a great game for the Tours tonight on defense.
Yeah, and the Golden Tours as a unit has played extremely well defensively, but Jackson is one of them. Almost every play you're calling his name. They went trips left that time, and they tried to scatter out the Tour defense a little bit to see if they could break something loose in the middle. Nothing doing. 1 yard.
Yeah, and that's a good spot.
So that it was.
We got the good spot officials here tonight. Receiver left and right now. Miller in the shotgun. One of the tight ends in a wing formation. Pemberton in the backfield. They'll go to the left. Straight play. Flag is down at the snap of the football, though. Miller goes down.
That's going to be a hold over there.
I don't think so. Unless it occurred very quick.
I don't think number 25 was set.
You're right. The illegal procedure will be the illegal motion, really, is what it should have been because they didn't stop the play.
Very good.
Now, an interesting decision for the Tours. Take the play. They're going to take the play.
Very
so
good.
it'll be 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7 from the 26-yard line for the Bucs, who trail by 1.
They sure having a hard time getting those handkerchiefs out of the pocket at the snap of the football. It was thrown so late that the quarterback was to the outside out there, and that's why normally in that case it's normally a holding or something like that. They're going to go tandem up at the top, tight end in the slot, and a wide receiver out bottom.
Out of the shotgun, Miller. Plenty of time over the middle. Tipped up and tipped away. Actually, that was tipped away by Link. That was a jump ball. Now, Link's bound to be able to out-jump anybody from Sulphur out there because he's a foot taller than they are. But it is 4th down now. The Bucs will kick it away. So the two teams start out the same way at each half. 3 downs and out.
Defensive secondary is playing extremely well tonight. They just laid back in coverage. Quarterback has some time to throw the ball, and I thought, oh, that's not good. But we were in protection that time, and we converged on the football, knocked it away, almost picked it off.
Guthrie with 7 punts coming into this game. Here's number 5 tonight. It's a low one. It hits in the Barbe side of the field, and Sulphur will have it at the 42-yard line in pretty darn good field position. 1st and 10 on their side of midfield, leading at 7-6, 10:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the defense does their job and gives it back to the offense here.
And the home fans are showing their support for the defense, giving them an ovation as they come off the field. Well deserved, I might add. That's the regular offensive line in. Laborde is in.
Laborde is out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Offset high, offset to the left. Tours go from right to left, south to north. The give to Harrison. Harrison breaks away to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40.
Oh,
Foot race to the 20.
Good cut,
back
good
inside.
cut.
Richard to beat. And Richard catches him at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal to go Tours.
Boy, what a good cut over there by Carlin. The Golden Tour offensive line did a heck of a job piling in and caving in the left side of the Barbe defense and allowed Carlin to get outside and take it up the sideline. He broke it, and he did a fine job. Made a good cut on the sideline about the 25 or 20-yard line.
But here comes the defense.
Oh, yeah, you bring these big book.
Green is out there.
Yeah,
Jackson,
bring in the bulky guys, and you just play some power football from the 5-yard line.
Said I guess he stepped out of bounds at the 5. That's where Richard caught him. 1st and goal to go Tours. They lead it by 1, 7-6. Better hurry. Lee in the backfield. Option. Barrio turns it up, flag down.
Boy, that looked really easy, too.
Yeah,
he just backed off of it. He was going to run the option, but instead of taking it to the outside down the line of scrimmage, he just cut it up inside.
Yep, it was too easy, and here's why it was too easy. Illegal procedure.
They're slow with that thing.
Boy,
they
they
make
are.
it look like a hold, but it was procedure on that play also.
But on the right side, you're right, Barrio had an enormous hold. Here comes the defense. They're coming out. The offense is coming back. Some of them anyway. So it's a loss of 5. It'll be still first and goal to go, though. Just the second penalty marked off against the Tours, and that has been something, especially in district play. The Tours, a handful of penalties at best per ball game here since we started district play. Very well-disciplined team. 2 receivers out here to the near side. 1 man in the backfield. Man in the wing position. That's Harrison on first and goal to go. On the option, Barrio keeps. He breaks away. He's at the 5. He's at about the 3-yard line.
There should be a late hit over there, but they're not going to call it. It might have got knocked into the runner.
But that
was...
should have been made by Dustin Coletta. I think it is 43. No, he's a wide receiver. He can't be there.
Now, that's one thing about the option game. If you don't handle your assignment, it could break a big one. And Barrio slipped out of a tackle around the shoestrings at about the line of scrimmage and got it to the 4-yard line.
Second and goal to go. I formation, receiver left and right. Man comes in motion from right to left for the Tours. Barrio under center on the option. He will give it to Lee. And Lee is down to the 1.5. He gets it inside the 2. Third and goal to go now for the Golden Tours, who are up 7-6 with 9:20 to play in the third quarter. Their first possession of the second half. Carlin Harrison now has given the Tours over 100 yards in offense. Barbe only gives up 160.
Laporte limping badly from his left tackle spot. They're going to stay in there because they've had the most reps, and you don't want penalties like procedures down here.
Third and goal to go. Man in motion again. 1 man in the backfield is Harrison. He's got the pitch coming near side, looking for a block. Didn't need a touchdown. Tours. He cut inside. Didn't need a block, and the Tours lead by 7 with a big extra point coming up.
I believe the Golden Tours made an adjustment. That's you talking about making adjustments. He pitched it. He tossed it over to Carlin Harrison. Normally that's a sweep to the left side that you take outside, but Barbe is so quick. They get out there so fast that what he did was he just cut it back to the inside towards the tackle spot, up underneath that coverage, and took it into the end zone quite easily.
Stevenson snapped down, kick on the way. He hadn't missed all year, and he still hasn't. 8:49 to play in the third quarter. Sulphur 14, Barbe 6. Back in a minute on KEZM. For all your metal needs is H&H Metal Outlet. Your West Cow Printing at 315 South Huntington in Sulphur. Ron DeLandrino, owner with commercial printing, promotional items, Xerox copies, announcements, and invitations too. Call or fax us at 527-7780 and by Sissy's Maplewood Drive-In at the corner of Maplewood and City Service Highway for delicious burgers, po' boys, and plate lunches at Sissy's. They're open 10 to 2 Monday through Friday. Stevenson to kick for the Tours, who now lead by 8. Their biggest lead of the night. And he hooks it back over here toward Richard, who's changed places with Knowles. He's got it to 5 to the 10, 15, and the 19-yard line. Bo Knowles returned him faster than that. Further than that, anyway. Jimmy Shaver used to tell me, and he was right, you can get him to the 20 or inside, you're in great shape.
Boy, I mean, that is excellent coverage, especially in high school football, really, because quite often you see a lot of big gains on kick returns in high school, but Golden Tours doing a fine job this evening.
They mark it short of the 19-yard line, so it's back closer actually to the 18, first and 10 for the Bucs, who trail 14-6 now here in the third.
And you know the Bucs are going to have to start opening it up a little bit.
Miller to throw. Quick drop, looks far side, throws way down there to Richard. Caught and down. He falls down backwards at the Sulphur 47-yard line, and he has the only 2 big plays for the Barbe offense tonight. 2 long passes to Mike Richard.
Yeah, and they had single coverage there. Everyone else was well covered, but Richard was to himself with...
That's the guy really deep you got to watch.
Yeah.
Because he's the only deep threat they have. Wright and Link, of course, are threats over the middle as the tight ends, but Richard has the speed to get outside.
Defensive back got his head turned a little bit and kind of lost him. First and 10 Bucs inside the Sulphur end of the field at the 47.
Miller up under center there. Will hand it to Pemberton, and he meets his buddy Jackson.
Mr. Jackson's
for a 3-yard
neighborhood.
loss.
He is playing a will of a game.
Pemberton came in here as one of the leading rushers in our district, but like Reuben from Lafayette, he's finding out that the Golden Tours ain't impressed.
No.
He's
we're not
losing yards.
We've really done a fine job with whoever we played this year against the run.
2nd and 12. The ball at the Sulphur 49. 2 receivers here to the near side. Double tight end as usual. Miller to throw. They leave those tight ends now to block as that one is incomplete. Again, it's high, and it's through the hands of Caleb Capel out here near the first down marker at the Sulphur 38-yard line. It's 3rd and 12. They're keeping those big guys in more and more to block.
They sure are.
It prevents us from getting a Miller, but it keeps those 2 guys out of the pattern.
But lucky enough, though, we're dropping into coverage, and our secondary is swarming tonight. Baudouin electing to hit the receiver, and that's going to pay dividends along the line. They may get their eyes off the football and start looking at us.
Now here's Wright in a slot over here. He's not in the block. Miller to throw. Here's the pressure. It's the screen. It is caught by Pemberton. He fumbles the football. Barbe falls on it. Wright has it. Back at his 47-yard line. That play was going nowhere. There was Jackson. Apparently, Pemberton is Jackson's assignment. And he put a helmet on the football at the 50-yard line. Pemberton coughed it up, but Jackson was back there to fall on it. It is 4th and about 16 for the Bucs. And here comes Guthrie, who has now just about doubled his punt total on the season.
Golden Tours splits from that offside over there, which is the good thing. The Golden Tours on the left side dropped Jackson back into like a coverage as like a linebacker, and he put the helmet to the receiver and jarred the ball loose. They come up with it, but Golden Tour played excellent defense.
Guthrie back at his 31. High snap, bad snap, but the Tours aren't rushing. Guthrie's not a very good punter. Get out of the way. It'll take a slight bar bounce, not rolls backwards. Sulphur will have it 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. So close and watching him here for the first 6 ball games, 5+ ball games. We don't have the best talent in the district, but I think fundamentally we have one of the best coached football teams.
Yes.
I am very impressed with Paul Bourgeois and his coaching staff and what they get these kids to do.
Yes, he is really taking off with this program, and they're making adjustments and just making things work.
High formation for the Tours, who are up by 8. There's a give to Harrison on the right side. The Bucs are there. They close it down, but the Tours pick up maybe a couple out close to the 30-yard line, so a 2nd down and 8. We're not caught out of position too often.
No, we're not.
You know, and it seems like Jackson, that may be the plan. You know, Jackson's job is to watch Pemberton when he's in there, and it seems that we have somebody on the big guy in every game. That's his job.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and a long 8 for the Tours. I formation. And the play fake. Barrio rolls to the near side to throw. Dumps it off out here. It is incomplete. Lee should have had it, but he bobbles it, and then before he could come up with it, Matt Mesh lays him out at the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 8 now for the Golden Tours, who lead it 14-6 with 5:51 to go in the 3rd.
And you can rest assured we're going to try and play it close to the vest a little bit. I'm glad to see they're trying to pass the ball a little bit, but it's those safe passes.
But you can't afford to shut it down here.
No, not shutting it down.
Not at all against this team. Unless you're going to keep the clock running, and the Tours didn't. 2 receivers out here to the near side, Riche and Harrell.
Oh, the tight end should be open.
Yep, Barbe showing blitz. Here they come. Out here, Riche has it batted away by Richard. Oh, a good play by Mike Richard. Bo Knowles with a little extra slap on Riche's head there. And it is 4th down, and the Tours will have to kick it away.
That was almost
good
intercepted.
Play by Richard, yep.
And
Richard
then almost completed. A little risky, I thought.
Guy, I think, is also a member of used to be a member of their track team. Richard, I don't think so anymore because he's the shortstop on the baseball team. All right, here's Broussard. This is where we've done a little bit better, too, than Barbe. Our kicking game has been better. 4th and 8 from the 30. Good snap. Here's the pressure. Oh, we nearly had that block. Again, we can't get a roll. Barbe will have it 1st and 10 across their 40-yard line. Flag is down on the far side of the field, which will probably be illegal procedure.
There's no telling.
The Barbe coaches are out on the field. Yep, illegal procedure, Sulphur. I'd kick it again.
I tell you what, had Broussard not, he punted the ball and he skipped and jumped over the guy. Had he just stayed there, he could have took the tumble, and that could have been roughing or running into the kicker, one of the two.
I would give Richard every chance I could to return kicks here, and they're going to do it. Wonder what they're calling. That's about the 4th illegal procedure call in this ball game on that side of the field.
And you don't see any movement.
No, because that's a false start. They'll stop the play. So we'll kick it again. 4th and 13. Here comes the pressure. Not a very good kick. Boy, Barbe is going to pick up some yards out of this, or will they? No, Richard backs off, and the Tours will pick up 2. It hit near midfield, and we finally got a roll.
A little bit of a roll.
Inside the 40.
Found a little bit of a dry spot.
So instead of having it at the 41, the Bucs will have it at the 39, but still good field position for the Buccaneers, who need some points here. They're down 14-6, 5:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. Miller and Pemberton in the backfield, double tight ends and 2 receivers, one to the left and one to the right for the Buccaneers. Miller, quick drop, throws the slant. It is knocked away. That should be interference, but...
Oh, that was a good play by Rogers. He recognized that very well. He looked at the quarterback, seen he was eyeing the receiver all the way, stepped just inside of him and got the hand on it and knocked it away.
So 2nd and 10. That's probably what the Bucs are going to have to start doing, is those quick plays like that. Because they may have more speed than we do on the outside. Ball just short of the 40, between the 39 and the 40.
A little confusion on
Barbe
offense.
again takes a lot of time. Now they split the wide receivers out, or excuse me, the tight ends out, and Miller to throw. There's the pressure, and he gets away. Gets away, he gets away, he gets away. 45, 50, 45, 40, 37-yard line. 1st down, Buccaneers. And, gang, that's either poor tackling or a great run by a great athlete in Mike Miller, or both. And I think it was both. That was outstanding by Miller.
Well, his size is what got him out of those scrapes.
Yes.
Golden Tours had three or four missed tackles easily in the backfield. How he got loose, I'll never know, but it's his size and strength that enabled him to do that.
Great athletes make great plays, but when you miss 7 tackles, I counted, that's what happens.
Here's the power formation again. Here's Pemberton for 3, 4, nearly 5. Now, the Tours will let them run this. Of course, we've got an enormous amount of time left, just under 4:50 to go. But this takes a long time to do. I don't know, I guess the philosophy is to just beat on the Tours by this power formation.
Well, you got to think about it. If they continue to use that defense in on their offensive line formation, too, that's going to cause them problems later down the line.
I've thought of that.
But we've only used it just the one play. They're not going to do it all the time because they're needed on defense.
Miller on a keeper is brought down for a loss. This time, we didn't let him go. They bring him down at the 35-yard line for a loss. It is not a sack. And it'll be 3rd down and 7.
Jackson had him, and then Joe Kelly finished him off with a helmet to the back.
We've been talking a lot tonight about Lubin's outside speed for the Barbe Bucs tonight, but you also got to give credit to Philip Bernard for the Tours. Bernard's speed has also helped contain not only running backs, but quite oftentimes Miller, the quarterback, tonight.
Wholesale substitutions here for the Bucs. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, shotgun on 3rd and 7. They keep one of them big guys in the backfield to block. Here comes the blitz. He's hit as he throws. Should be picked off. Instead, it'll be caught by Richard. And it's 1st down, or going to be close to the 1st down. We should have had 6 points as the flag goes down late. That went off the hands Cody Cahanan, and he had 6 if he catches it instead. Richard makes the catch close to the first down. If this is not against Barbe, and it looks like it is.
It is against Barbe. It is against Eric Fry of the Barbe Bucs, the running back.
Ball
going
foul,
downfield.
personal foul.
He got in the face of Nick Rogers, said a few things, took a shot on the shoulder pads after the play was over. You know, we talked about the intensity at halftime and a lot of the shots, and we talked about maybe some cheap shots that started even as the game began tonight, and those may be coming back. Once again, 2 big penalties tonight, and Barbe will be going backwards.
Well, part of the frustration for Barbe is the fact that they've never been in a ball game this year.
No.
They have not been in a football game. They've won 59-0, 31-0. You know, they've won some ball games that by this point in time were over. And that's frustrating.
Very much so. You have to know that Cahanan's eyes were big as satellite dishes.
Now, it is first down Barbe, folks. They got the first down. The penalty comes after, so it's 1st and 10 Barbe at the Sulphur 42-yard line. So they lose the 15 yards off the first down.
That's okay. We'll appreciate anything we get.
Out of the shotgun, throw deep. Richard. Oh, my goodness.
That's unbelievable.
Again.
Richard is making play after play tonight for the Barbe Bucs.
He's a shortstop. He is trained to catch the ball.
He has had some balls, and the Golden Tours are batting them and keeping them up and alive in the air, and Richard is coming down with it.
That's unbelievable. We got to hit him down, fellas. Knock him to the ground. That time it's Derek Baudouin. It just goes off his hands, and Richard, like a good shortstop, makes the catch. At the 9, it's 1st and goal to go Barbe. I mean, this drive should have ended a long time ago.
Oh, yes.
Pemberton out of the power formation, and the Tours stop him after a short gain of 1.5 yards or so inside the 8-yard line. You talk about living on borrowed time is Miller, who has yet to throw an interception this year.
He should have had at least 4 tonight.
At least 2 on this possession alone.
Jackson coming out. Let's take a quick breather.
It's 2nd and goal to go. The
Ball's going to have to call a timeout.
Well, they've done this a number of times. They'll send in 3 or 4 people. 12, 11, 10 as they break the huddle. You know, it's not a very long huddle. 2nd and goal to go. Miller in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Looks near side. Throws near side. It is caught. At the 1.
Wow.
That's Knowles. So it is 3rd and goal to go at the 1.
Golden Tours, once again, the coverage, the DB was right there on him. He was close.
That was a good throw, though, to the outside by Miller.
Very good throw.
The only one who was going to catch it was Knowles. And again.
And it was a good catch.
Baseball players. They can catch, man. Those guys can catch. They mark it outside the 1, but it really doesn't matter. Here comes the power formation on 3rd and goal to go.
You look for it on the right side.
There's Pemberton, and it's 13, 14, 12. He had no trouble, but he didn't have anywhere to go. Well, that was an outstanding drive for the Buccaneers, who overcame a 15-yard penalty and 2 near interceptions, and you know they're going to go for 2. And I'd run that same play.
If they do, they won't score.
I tell you what, when you got 2 big tight ends in front of you, Sulphur could do nothing but go backwards on that play.
Timeout Barbe. With 1:46 to go here in the 3rd quarter, they're down 14-12. Our coverage of Sulphur football is brought to you in part by High Hope. It helps. And here come the Bucs. And the play clock has begun. Receiver to the left. Slot man to the left. Pemberton in the backfield, a throwing formation, double tight end. Play fake, play fake. Miller can do it himself. Instead, he throws it incomplete and again. Menard was in position to pick it off. Miller should have run. Miller gets into the end zone if he runs. 1:46 to go.
I thought he had it on the run. He elected to, it appeared his receiver was wide open, but Kelly, and I'm sorry, that was Carl Menard that come and deflected the ball.
14-12 Sulphur. We'll be back in a minute on KEZM.
Time to get out the program. We're going to announce the program winner.
Buccaneers are going to kick off like a normal team here. Watch for the onside kick. Nope. Nice kick. Taken at the goal line. Montgomery to the 10, to the 15, to the 21. Now don't try any of that goofy stuff there, Benoit. Just kick the ball deep. Doors 1st and 10. Way back at their 20 and a half yard line. The ball just across the 20. Montgomery took that with a foot just inside or outside the goal line, or it would have been a touchback. Well, now the offense has to go back to work. It's 14-12. Receiver left and right for the Tours. Man in the slot out here on the left, I formation. Barbe up under center takes the snap on the option, pitches it deep to Harrison, who gives it to the Bucs. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line for Barbe. Harrison never had it, and he loses the battle for it. And let's see who comes up with it for Barbe.
Bruce, you and I did the game with Sam Houston. That's the same exact play right there.
That happened there. You're right. Marvin Lubin gives the Buccaneers the football inside the red zone.
That's the thing we cannot do. I would not do anything, especially when you're on your own 20. I would do anything until you got past the 30, 35-yard line as far as pitch outs or passes on hook plays or anything like that.
So 2 turnovers for the Tours. The first one cost them 6. Let's see what this one will cost them. They're probably close to Benoit field goal range, if not already there. Miller in the shotgun. Miller keeps it on the left side.
They caved it in.
Running room. He scores. So the Bucs take the lead. Just 18 seconds after getting to within 2.
And another injury.
Yep. Another man down for Sulphur.
It's Corey Lejeune.
Cannot afford that. Corey, the inspirational linebacker, and he's come off the field twice now with looking like the leg on the right-hand side's been bothering him all night.
So they'll go for 2 again, it appears.
You can tell when he got
It's Benoit. No, they'll go for 2 again. They'll have to call another timeout here.
You could tell when he got in the shotgun and immediately went to the left. The entire left side, right side of the Golden Tort defense was collapsed inside by the Barbe blockers.
So there's the timeout now for Barbe. Now they're down to 1. And it's 18-14. You might as well kick it. That would make it 19-14. Tours 1st and 10. Way back at their 20 and a half yard line. The ball just across the 20. Montgomery took that with a foot just inside or outside the goal line, or it would have been a touchback. Well, now the offense has to go back to work. It's 14-12. Receiver left and right for the Tours. Man in the slot out here on the left, I formation. Barbe up under center takes the snap on the option, pitches it deep to Harrison, who gives it to the Bucs. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line for Barbe. Harrison never had it, and he loses the battle for it. And let's see who comes up with it for Barbe.
Bruce, you and I did the game with Sam Houston. That's the same exact play right there.
That happened there. You're right. Marvin Lubin gives the Buccaneers the football inside the red zone.
That's the thing we cannot do. I would not do anything, especially when you're on your own 20. I would do anything until you got past the 30, 35-yard line as far as pitch outs or passes on hook plays or anything like that.
So 2 turnovers for the Tours. The first one cost them 6. Let's see what this one will cost them. They're probably close to Benoit field goal range, if not already there. Miller in the shotgun. Miller keeps it on the left side.
They caved it in.
Running room. He scores. So the Bucs take the lead. Just 18 seconds after getting to within 2.
And another injury.
Yep. Another man down for Sulphur.
It's Corey Lejeune.
Cannot afford that. Corey, the inspirational linebacker, and He's come off the field twice now with looking like the leg on the right-hand side's been bothering him all night.
So they'll go for 2 again, it appears.
You can tell when he
No,
got
it's Benwall. No, they'll go for 2 again. They'll have to call another timeout here.
You could tell when he got in the shotgun and immediately went to the left. The entire left side, right side of the Golden Tour defense was collapsed inside by the Barbe blockers.
So there's the timeout now for Barbe. Now they're down to 1. And it's 18-14. You might as well kick it. That would make it 19-14.
Booster Club will be parked the cars at the fair October 15th to the 20th. This is a fundraiser to help Sulphur High School football.
Receiver left and right. Double tight ends, 1 man in the backfield is Fry. Miller rolls to the far side. He can take it if he wants. Instead, he dumps it off. And it's 20-14. It is complete. The Golden Tours did not cover Wright. So Wright gets the 2-point conversion. 1:28 to go. In the third, it's Barbe 20, Sulphur 14. Back in a minute. 14 points in the last 20 seconds for the Buccaneers, and they lead it 20-14. The kick down the middle of the field. Not as long this time. It's taken at the goal line by Harrison. He's back to the 10, and he slips down at the 16-yard line. Boy, you talk about a change in situations here. They'll mark it at the 14. The Tours did not get a good return on the last kickoff. They got an even worse return on this one. And now you got to hang on to the football, gang.
Definitely. You got to play things close to the vest a little bit right here, down when you're deep in your own territory.
See, now you got this defense fired up again for Barbe, because now they're on top and they hadn't done a thing.
No, they haven't.
First down from the 14, I formation. The play fake. Barrio to throw. Got plenty of time. Throws it out here. It is tipped, and Cloud could not come up with it. Now Barbe's throwing the football. It's tipped, and Richard catches it. He could have been on the bench, but he'd have caught it. We can't get that tip play to work. It was intended for Cloud, and it's their second down and 10 from the 14.
Bruce, you really can't fault Sulphur's defense on the 2-point conversion. Last couple plays we've seen Miller's kept it himself, and they actually forced the safety to come up and try to attack him. That left the tight end Link wide open as he just tried to do a separation route into the corner. A nice little pass by the tall, crafty quarterback, and that led to the 2-point conversion.
He's the best player they've got on offense for sure. Out of the I formation now. Here's the option. Barrio keeps it, and you get a yard or 2. Out to the 16-yard line now, third and very long for the Tours. They'll need at least 8. The Bucs smell blood.
Yes, they do. They got their swagger back. It's up to the Golden Tour offense, really.
Like a pirate ship circling the victim. If they can hold the Tours here, they will get the football back probably on the Sulphur side of midfield. The Tours need to hurry up. Riche just gets into the huddle with 12 seconds to go, and here they come. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I formation, receiver left and right. On the option, they give it to Lee, and they'll punt the football away from the 19-yard line. 3 downs and out. Unfortunately, because of the turnover, nothing imaginative about that, and the Tours really couldn't do it.
And also the field position plays a lot into this, into the play calling here. You've seen what happened whenever we did some little risky things a while ago, resulted in Barbe taking the lead. So you got to play it close to the vest. You got to get out the own shadows of your end zone.
Richard to kick. He gets off his best one of the night. Richard takes it and goes forward to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. This tackle. Down he goes. Barbe with a 1st and 10 inside the 37-yard line, and now you got a defense that's held tough.
Yeah, I agree with Flo. You got to play it safe. You just had an emotional breakdown when the fumble happened by Harrison deep in your own end. Right now, just trying to get out of your own end and try to turn this back into a field position.
Sulphur High School ID, $5 without. Must be a Sulphur High student.
Communication systems.
Cameron Communications. All lines are open.
Now you run this play. The power play to Pemberton gets about 3 yards, and you're up by 6. Now you run the heck out of this one. If you keep the clock running, you've only got 1 timeout. We've got 3. But you're up by 6.
Everything favors them. I mean, they have the lead. They're going to use the power game to set up other things. Now he's going to go into the shotgun.
That's a penalty against Barbe. There it is. Thank you. Pemberton ran off the field once they broke the huddle. And that's illegal substitution.
Can't have 12 men in the huddle.
Why do you do that? You know it's illegal. This ball game has gone mostly Sulphur's way until the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. And it's very simple to look down here and see why. Sulphur's turned the ball over twice, even though Barbe does have 5 penalties, but they have taken over. They've taken control now on offense. And I was telling Clofi in the break, when we were up 14-6, I thought we were in control and in good shape. But now it's the other way around. Miller going to keep it on the shotgun. This is the old Kevin Falk play. Flag goes down as Miller goes down at the 31-yard line. This is what Kevin Falk used to do, if you remember, for Karen Crow. He just lined up in the shotgun and just dare you to stop him. Holding will be the call against Barbe. So that'll be, I guess, not a spot of the foul, but from the line of scrimmage since it was beyond the line. Or is it spot of the foul? It's going to be spot of the foul.
Spot of the foul.
Well, they'll still end up losing a few yards on the play, so it'll be second. And they'll lose 4 on the play. So second and about 16 or so. And another call against the Bucs. They've been penalized 45 yards now.
You got to think that if Miller continues to put the ball in the air, as many times as he could have been picked off, you got to think that maybe the Golden Taurus can come up with one of those picks in a good situation.
I don't think you're going to see Miller put it in the air now.
I don't think you'll see it very often.
He's under center. And he'll throw. Well, I could be wrong. He throws deep. It is caught.
You got to be kidding
Richard.
me.
That's amazing.
That is unreal.
That is amazing. He hasn't scored a touchdown yet tonight, but on offense, he's killed us.
Nick Rogers was all over him. I mean, he didn't, it wasn't pass interference or anything. He was all over him, step for step. How he caught that ball, I'll never know.
The only error this guy will come in on the baseball field will be a throwing error.
Jiminy.
1st and 10 at the 11. Barbe looking for the knockout punch right here. Low snap. Miller picks it up, and he'll go down. A loss on the play of a couple of yards back to the 14-yard line, a loss of 3. So it'll be 2nd and 10, 2nd and 13, 13 now for the Bucs. If they get it in the end zone now, the Tours are in big trouble. What a swing. What an amazing swing.
Even the field goal wouldn't.
Field goal would be devastating, too.
Yes. We're going to have to come up with a huge play defensively.
They shuffle these people in and out after the play clock starts. 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6. Here's Richard. He's a wingman on the right side. They'll throw. Dumped over the middle. Touchdown. Right?
Got a flag.
Oh, you're right. Holding Barbe.
Got to be.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 23. Well, it couldn't be linemen downfield. The play didn't take that long.
That'll help.
Yeah.
Big time. Takes the touchdown off the board.
It also may knock them out of field goal range, but it's only 2nd down.
No adjustment to that play yet tonight, guys, as that play has been wide open every time the Bucs have got inside the red zone.
So they'll move it back to the 23-yard line now and make it 2nd at about 21. They can get a 1st down at about the 1.5-yard line. But the clock, this stop, 9:48 to go. The Tours must keep them off the scoreboard. They have to. If Barbe scores anything here, the defense takes over. Out of the shotgun, Miller with the snap. Hands it off to Richard, who's going to be brought down by the face mask. Richard can run all day long. The Buccaneers are going to get the play back. No matter how far back he goes, the Tours are going to be penalized for face mask. The first guy grabbed him by the face mask, so this is against us.
Was it the guy over here that made that call?
Yeah. It was a good call. It was an obvious call. Face mask, Sulphur. I can't believe that I'm the only person in the stadium who saw that.
Well, a lot of times when you grab him by the collar up underneath the helmet, it'll look like a face mask. I guarantee you. I've seen it on the sideline before, to where you grab that collar right up underneath that chin strap, it looks like the face mask is coming down with it.
No, that head snapped forward, and
Coach Bourgeois is having a little conversation with the gentleman who threw the flag right now, saying...
I'm afraid Coach is wrong on this one.
Yeah, but you can't make that call all the way from this sideline over here. You better
No, he made it right here when the play was over here.
Yeah, the play was
right in front of
the
him.
football field.
No. That play, when Richard took the handoff and came around here, Sulphur had him, and that's when the face mask occurred. He just kept running the other way. That's not where the face mask was. That flag was thrown here where the play was. So they get most of the yards back. It'll be second, and the good news was it was a spot foul, which was back beyond the 30. So the ball is at the 17-yard line, second and 16. Out of the shotgun, Miller to throw. He's hit as he throws, and this one is incomplete. It'll be third down and 16 at the 17-yard line.
Go back to Sulphur High School practice this week. Maybe do a little tip drill on defense. The ball has been banged around a lot here today.
Well, Richard is Miller, I think, is still the best guy they have on offense. But if I'm throwing the football, I'm on Richard within 10 yards of it when it comes down. Timeout will be called by Barbe here. Big defensive play for the Tours. It's third and 16 for the Bucs from the 17. It's probably within Benoit's. In fact, it is within his range. Miller to throw. Lofts it into the end zone. There's Richard. Oh, boy, we tipped it into the air. Menard should have had it, but fortunately, he tipped it away from Richard. And here comes Benoit. Now, Benoit's a left-footed kicker. He's going to have to push this one from about 34 yards out. He's hit 2 this season. His longest is 37. So if the Tours can keep the Bucs off the scoreboard, we're still in this ball game. 9:06 to go. But if not, we'll have to have 2 scores. It is inside the 30 of the 25-yard line, about 34 and a half yards. Miller is the holder. Keep that in mind. Snap is back. The kick is down. It's more than long enough. It is no good.
Brucey's missed those by about a foot both times tonight. Ball had the same wobble effect as it did on the missed PAT, and just a little adjustment didn't make it that time, and saving grace for the Sulphur Tours, an opportunity to get downfield and make this a different game.
I should have looked to see if you were there and let you call it. Now I see you were under the goalpost. First and 10 Sulphur. It's a touchback in high school, so it comes back to the 20-yard line.
I made the call before the referee. I probably shouldn't have done that.
You influenced him? Call a touchdown on this play. They seem to think that works with me at McNeese. Out of the I formation, receivers left and right. From the 20, the give is to Harrison. He'll go down after a loss of a yard. The Tours have started their last 3 drives at 20 or inside, and that has been a killer.
It has.
They've stopped the clock here for something. Oh, now they've started it back up. I guess they weren't clearing the pile. I thought maybe they were going to send Laborde off. He was injured again, but nope, he's all right. So it's second and 11 back at the 19-yard line. Barbe has no timeouts left if the Tours can get it into the end zone, and that's what they must do. just to tie it. It's 20-14. Plenty of time, but the Tore offense has done nothing in their last 3 possessions. Since Barbe has scored, Sulphur has lost yardage. Barrio to throw. He dumps it off, incomplete to Harrison. He was going to be sacked as he had him by the hand, or by one hand, was Ian Booth, and Booth was going to bring him down, so he just kind of dumped it off. The baseball players are playing center field out here. Bo Knowles and Mike Richard, and just daring the Tores to throw the football long. But right now, you can see the problems with the offensive line because the Tores are having trouble now protecting Barrio. 3rd and 11, I formation. Option, pitches it to Riche. Gets a great block to the 30, 35, 40. He got 2 good blocks. One of them out here from John Cloud that allowed him another 5 yards, but the other great block came from Preston Jean, number 78, and that springs him for 20 yards and a first down.
Boy, a big block, too. He nailed him. The reverse to Riche. That gives him a little breathing room now.
I thought he was going to throw it.
Yeah,
Don't
I thought he was, too,
that
really.
way this year? Oh, Harrison has one. So a little trickery from Paul Bourgeois. And the Tores now out where they can do some things with the football. I formation, 2 receivers to the left. 1st and 10, short of the 40. On the option, Barrio keeps. He gets away at the line. He's at the 45. He fumbles the football, and Barbe has it. 1st and 10, it looks like, at the 49-yard line. Turnover number 3 for the Golden Tores. Barrio is hurt.
Just didn't put it away enough and left it out there, got a helmet on it, and the ball went flying up in the air, bounced around for a little bit.
Yeah,
And,
I think he got hit on the hand. Well, if this game ends up like it does, it will be quite obvious as to what happened.
Yep.
Now the power formation. Now Barbe will start working on the clock. Here's the give to Fry. He's got some good yards on the first down now, out across the inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Again, any points, this one's over. The Bucs have played nearly flawless football. They have not turned it over. We have come oh so close to picking off enough, but you don't get credit for that. And Barrio took one on the hand, must have got a helmet, and the ball came loose. They've scored 14 of their 20 points off of turnovers. Again, power formation. Pemberton is not in the ball game right now. The Tores clog up the middle, and they bring Fry down short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and a long 2, a short 3 coming up for the Buccaneers, who lead at 20-14 with 7 minutes to go.
Nick Rogers coming from his cornerback position to make the stop. Hits the running back in the backfield. Was able to gain a little bit, but the cornerback made the stop, made the initial hit in the backfield.
So here's a big defensive play for the Golden Tores, and they need to make it quickly because anything short, they'll go for it. Power I formation again. The give to somebody. Is that Fry? He's got the first down by a good 3 yards. He went airborne at about the 40-yard line, and the Bucs get 3 more downs at about 90 more seconds.
Yeah. A la Sam the Bam Cunningham.
11 first downs, at least for Barbe. Sulphur has 6 and only 2 in the second half, as the Barbe defense, except for the first possession for the Tores in the second half, has totally shut down Sulphur. We've had no offense to speak of except the 20-yard run, and then we fumbled on the next play.
On what was going to be a good pickup.
Yep. Mario had at least 5 or 6. Power formation again. That's probably all we'll see. Illegal motion was on Barbe, but there's no flag as Miller keeps it to the right. Looked like one of the backs jumped early, but there was no flag. Miller looks like he's got a cramp. Now he works it out. I tell you, I'm impressed with this Miller. He didn't show much in the Jamboree, but he has played outstanding football here at quarterback spot for the Buccaneers here tonight. 2nd and 8 from the 37. Timeout I mean, it's going to be an injury timeout. Barbe has none. That's a pretty good play. That's a pretty sneaky play. And the coaches for Sulphur know it, and they're yelling about it. On second down, here's Pemberton. He'll make it third and short as he does pick up about 4 yards. So third down now. And this is 4-down territory for the Buccaneers. The ball is inside the 34, close to the 33-yard line. So they'll get at least 2 more plays to pick up about 5 yards here. Coach Bourgeois has given an earful to the official on the near side. Flag goes down. Illegal substitution. Again. It should be against Barbe, whatever it is. Yep. Third time they've done that.
Just
How can you
getting too
keep
many
making
people
that mistake?
Just miscommunication, I guess, on the sidelines. That was Billy Moreau, the wide receiver, had come in, and all of a sudden his place was actually taken by Stricker Pryor, and he had to come to the sideline.
But it gives Barbe a new 25 seconds. They get another extra 15 seconds off the clock. Well, the good news is it's third and long. The bad news is they're going to put it in Miller's hands out of the shotgun. This guy has made some plays towards the blitz it. Here comes Miller. He's caught from behind. It's fourth down. We're going to get another shot. The loss is all the way back to the 43-yard line. Sulphur gets the timeout, so we'll take the break too with 4:19 to play. Sulphur trails 20-14. Back in a minute on Kate. So the object now is to kick it short. Riche is back to receive it for Sulphur. It's 4th and 14 now. They don't want to kick it in the end zone. And of course, Guthrie has not kicked the ball that far all night long. Watch Miller. He's the up back. Here's the snap. Torres rush it. Riche signals for a fair catch. It's out of bounds. Let's see if it's inside the 20. Well, that's a hell of a mark. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a heck of a
back
spot.
and come forward.
Yeah. Okay,
About
Sulphur
another 3 yards.
was way back inside the 10. Oh, good spot now for Sulphur. They get it all the way out to the 21. He went all the way back inside the 10-yard line.
Man.
Sorry, I thought I was on another radio station in town there for a minute. The no-class boys across the river.
I never.
1st and 10 now coming up for the Golden Tours. Their last shot probably right here. With 4:11 to go, got 2 timeouts left. So there's plenty of time. And Lyle Stevenson getting a little nervous somewhere. Let's hope. High formation, 2 receivers to the left for the Tours. They go from left to right. Barrio to throw, rolls to the far side. In the middle, incomplete. Bad pass. Intended for Harrell, I believe it is. And he threw it way behind him.
They were in a zone coverage, Bruce, and Riche was wide open on the left side of the field, and Barlow didn't pick him up.
Let's go. They was running a tandem up top. Harrell hooked it into the inside with the coverage. Riche was on the sideline down there, as Richard said, open.
Same formation, I formation, 2 receivers over to the far side of the left. 2nd and 10. Barrio rolls again, throws back this way. Should have been intercepted, then should have been caught. Tours were running a screen, and the nearest man to the football was a big Barbe lineman. He got a hand on it, and then it nearly falls into Cloud's hands, and now it's 3rd and 10. And you start thinking about what you're going to do on 4th down.
You punt it and let the Tor defense, which has been the core of your game all night, make the stop. They got to if you don't get it here.
That's not what I'd have said, but you make sense. Same formation on 3rd and 10. Play fake. Barrio got some time. Now he's in trouble, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage. Need to call a timeout, I guess, or, you know, do what Richard says, punt the ball away and let your defense get it back for you. This is just like it was in the first quarter. Sulphur was winning the field position battle and could not score. Yeah, we have an injury timeout.
It's Barlow.
Barrio.
He was hurt bad. No, I don't know how that is. He's in an awful lot of pain. Took a shot to the midsection.
They're running to get something here. Oh, to get the team position. Here he comes. Our coverage of Golden Tour football brought to you in part by Cypress Sewing Center, 310 Cypress Street, celebrating 27 years of selling sewing machines in the same location. Janet and Linda invite you to come by and see their large selection of machines and notions. Also by M.L. Vincent and Associates at 1405B West Preon Lake Road for retirement planning, financial services, and insurance. See M.L. Vincent and
For a career change? If you're not satisfied with what you're doing, the income you're earning, and not being trained to advance in your career, then Billy Navarre has an opportunity for you. Billy Navarre again has broken all previous sales records, and we must increase our sales staff to better serve our customers. Billy Navarre is the largest locally owned business in Calcasieu Parish, and Billy Navarre has just recently received the prestigious Torch Award from the Better Business Bureau in recognition of achieving the highest ethical standards of all businesses in Southwest Louisiana. Apply today. Starting salaries up to $3,000, paid hospitalization, paid disability, paid retirement plan, and an outstanding paid 6-week training program. Billy Navarre invites you to make 2002 your best year ever by joining our #1 sales team at the area's #1 volume selling dealer. This is your opportunity. Training classes start Thursday. Apply now at Billy Navarre Chevrolet in Lake Charles or Sulphur.
Well, right as we went to the break, Trey Barrio, looks like he got a neck stinger, is up and on the bench. But that's the good news. Snap goes over Broussard's head. He nearly picks up the first down, but it's 1st and 10 Barbe, and they can run it out here at the 24-yard line. The Tours do have 2 timeouts left, 3:25 to go, but they're close to field goal range again. Here's Pemberton. The Golden Tours are tackling the football and not Pemberton. He picks up about 7 to the 17-yard line.
Bruce, right when I got over to Barlow, he was actually heaving. He was huddled over in the fetal position, and you could obviously tell he took a shot in the chest. And they believe that he just had the wind knocked out of him.
Okay.
It took him quite a while to get him, too, but he took one in the helmet, took one in the chest, and it'll be interesting to see if he comes back after this drive.
Well, let's hope he even gets the chance to come back.
The way he was walking, I don't think he knows what day it is.
I agree. I think you're right. 2nd and 4. Pemberton has it. He'll pick up a couple to about the 16-yard line. Now 3rd down. Nick Rogers on the stop for the Golden Tours. New Iberia for us next week, Thursday. Don't forget, Thursday evening, we'll start it off with the coaches show at 6:35. I don't know who Barbe has next week. They ought to be, they've got Lagrange, Karen Crow, Acadiana, and Lafayette left. .205 to go. Tours protecting their timeouts. On 3rd down, here's Pemberton, and he will be close to the 1st down. One official spots it as a 1st down. The other one spots it a little bit short, it looks like. It is 4th, well, it would be 4th down. Up, it's 1st down for the Bucs. And now the Tours must use their timeouts on defense. It'll take a Barbe mistake now. Outstanding defensive performance in the 2nd half for Barbe. Pemberton's got it. They stand him up. Maybe a yard. Here's the first timeout for the Golden Tours.
That Golden Tour defense, they're trying to strip the ball and they're a little tired.
Yep.
Because of the time they spent on the field this evening. They played an outstanding football game. They had some passes that they could have picked off, went out of their hands, came out of it. Richard comes up with it, but really the defense played extremely well.
Power formation. Here's Pemberton. They'll just give it to Blake. He'll pick up a couple more to the 10-yard line, and the Tours have stopped the clock for the last time.
I think the biggest difference tonight's game is the number 4. And when I say that, I mean Mike Richard. Without his catches on that drive that pulled Barbe within 2 points, and his defensive play, his punt return, if you had to do a player of the game, and he just had one of those games that you go, oh my goodness.
Well, yeah.
We'll see after this play.
3rd down at about 6. Pemberton drops the football, but he falls on it.
Oh, goodness.
At the 11, and most importantly, he did move it into the middle of the field. So here comes Benoit to seal the fate of the Golden Tours here tonight. They've got the clock running. The play clock has not started yet. Now it starts, so he's got 20 seconds to kill here. But if the field goal is good, it won't matter. Because there ain't a 9-point play, unfortunately.
No.
This will be a 28-and-a-half-yard field goal attempt. He's hooked them all tonight. Snap is in good shape.
My
the
goodness.
kick is
Barely.
good.
We almost got it.
So Barbe wins it tonight. 23-14 is our score. The Bucs will go to 6-0. And
That's plain and simple, and
Yep.
that's what we talked about to start the ball game.
their defense outplayed us in the second half. That was the deal. Here's Lee, and he will get the football to about the 27-yard line. See, that's another thing Barbe did. As again, we talked about it in the first half. Sulphur won the field position battle in the first half for the most part. Barbe won it here in the second half. Sulphur started one drive, I think, in the second half beyond the 30-yard line, and that was the drive they scored on. We haven't been close to midfield really since then, except for the fumble. Usually any quarterback now. High formation, receiver left and right. He will throw. Throws deep. Whoa, look at this arm.
Nice
Far
arm.
out in front of Richet.
Team in the district is laying right over there in Scott, Louisiana.
Yeah, you may be right. Usually it throws it incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 10. 22 seconds left to go here.
We've been watching Allie Bruce, and we needed to sweep the games against LaGrange, Lafayette, New Iberia, and Como.
Yep.
And then take our chances with the other three. But Acadiana, I don't think, is one we'll sneak up on.
This one should be
Wampler.
intercepted, and it is by Knowles. And Sulphur should be penalized right there, but they won't be. There goes one. They might get Barbe on this one.
Well, that's a little bit late to be throwing the flag. I mean,
Well, that's what I mean. That's why I think Barbe's going to get it. We initiated at our left, Karen Crow, Acadiana, Barbe. This is not the best team.
And this game was for all the marbles in 4-2A. Look at this game right after this. Golden Tours looking to take a bite out of the Karen Crow Bears. And once again, Karen Crow, one of the top teams to top the District 3-5A standings. Here's what it looked like from Matt Walker Stadium. Say hello now to Karen Crow's Jim Guerin. This man, seconds left in the third quarter. Then it's 21-14 Sulphur for Shamar Milton, who takes the handoff. And check him out, folks. He is gone. A beautiful touchdown run. Corey Lejeune will then keep it that way for Sulphur. Sulphur goes on to win this one tonight. 28-14 is your final. Karen Crow with only their second district loss.
Also in 5-3A this evening.
Whoever these Ionic Breeze people are, they have made life too good for everybody.
Now, I know how great the Ionic Breeze works because I actually use one. But to find out just how it cleans and circulates the air without a fan, a motor, or a filter, let's go to Andrew Parker, one of the members of the outstanding Sharper Image design team.
The Sharper Image design team has put a huge amount of time and effort into this product. The technology is revolutionary, but the process is very simple. First, the Ionic Breeze positively charges the incoming air. Then the air is pulled toward the negatively charged grid, like a magnet. The positively charged contaminants attach to the collection grid, and then the cleaned air is accelerated into the room, creating a fresh, clean smell.
Dr. Barry Heller has been practicing emergency medicine for over 20 years. This is what he had to say about air purifiers.
We see a lot of people in the emergency department who have complaints of a stuffy nose, runny nose, their sinuses feel full of pressure, their eyes are itchy or watering, and I can't help but think that many of these people are simply having a reaction or a sensitivity to particles in the air, things like pollen or dust or dander. And anything that we can do to keep the air clear for these folks is certainly going to be a benefit for them and prevent some of these symptoms.
I'm allergic to everything out there. With the Ionic Breeze, I can live comfortably in my own home, and I know that I'm doing something good for myself and for my entire family.
Unfortunately, I have cat allergies, and my daughter has these 2 cats. So it's really made it difficult for me until she got the Ionic Breeze, and now I'm able to go over there, babysit, and have a great time with my grandchildren, and it's really changed our lives all the way around.
There are so many things in this life that we just can't control. But now, thanks to the Ionic Breeze, one of the most essential things can be one of the easiest to control. You can improve the quality of the air you and your family breathe. You can make the air in your home or office cleaner and fresher smelling. And you can do it without the expense, noise, or hassle of conventional air purifiers. Using an Ionic Breeze is one of the simplest ways to improve your life. Why not get started now?
According to the Wall Street Journal, indoor air pollution can be up to 5 times worse than the air outdoors. Clean air can be the difference between living comfortably or being miserable. Sharper Image introduces the ultimate clean air solution, the patented Ionic Breeze Quadra. Exclusive xenon technology cleans and circulates air without a fan or filters and is totally silent. Here's how it works. First, the Ionic Breeze positively charges the incoming air. Then the air is pulled toward the negatively charged grid like a magnet. The positively charged contaminants attach to the collection grid, and then the cleaned air is accelerated into the room, creating a fresh, clean smell. Cleaning takes only minutes. Just pull out the collection grid, wipe it with a damp cloth or sponge, and slip it back in. It's that simple. Studies have proven the Ionic Breeze removes allergens such as pollen and animal dander. And amazingly, it even removes some harmful airborne chemicals from carpeting, flooring, paint, and household cleaners. It eliminates smoke and offensive odors and leaves your house smelling fresh and clean. Don't be misled by the prices of other filters. Over 5 years, hidden costs of filter replacements and electricity can add up to over $1,000. The Ionic Breeze Quadra requires no filters and uses almost no electricity. A guarantee is only as good as the company behind it. Sharper Image offers a 60-day return privilege. We think you'll be able to tell a difference in your air within the first hour. But try it in your home for 2 months. If you don't love it, send it back. Sharper Image will give you a full refund. And for cleaner, fresher smelling air in your bathroom, Sharper Image will send you a free bathroom Ionic Breeze. This compact plug-in doubles as a nightlight and delivers the same technology to help make even a dirty bathroom smell fresh and clean. The powerful $69 bathroom Ionic Breeze is yours free when you order today. And that's not all. Call now and be sure to ask about free shipping.
Call 1-800-813-3822. Help eliminate chemicals, allergens, and odors with the Ionic Breeze Quadra. That's 1-800-813-3822.
Richard, I know the Ionic Breeze works just wonderfully because I've got one right next to my bed, and I can tell that it's actually cleaning and circulating absolutely silently.
Here we've got a great demonstration of that silence.
All right.
Here's an older unit that one of our customers actually gave to us. And I got this microphone here so you can listen to the sound of it. Turn it on high.
Turn it on. Wow.
It's a roar, huh?
I don't want that next to my bed.
Now here's a newer model. Try this one on high.
Okay. I couldn't sleep with that in the room, let alone next to my bed.
That's a big noisy unit. Now try this Ionic Breeze Quadra. I'll put it on high.
Turn it on.
It's on. You can feel the air coming out.
No.
Put the mic up there. Dead silence, huh?
I can't hear a thing.
Isn't that amazing?
Even with my ear close up to it, I can't hear a thing, but I can sure feel it. With the HEPA filter at night, you could not get rid of the noise. I don't care what you do. You cannot get rid of the noise.
When I plugged it in at home, my kids couldn't believe it was working because they couldn't hear any noise. But they felt the breeze coming from it, and within minutes, the air was fresher, it smelled cleaner, so we could tell it was working.
Because I am the lightest sleeper in the world, I think. Any noise, a pin drop will wake me up. I didn't hear one click out of this thing, nothing. And so I was very happy about that because you do not want to wake me up. So that was nice.
Of course, once you've tried the Ionic Breeze at home, you might want one for the office, too.
Like a lot of people, I work in an office with windows that don't open. And you get that stuffy, confined feeling. But since I brought in the Ionic Breeze, I feel like I have fresh air all day in my office. And I know I'm more productive because I feel so much better.
Now we can leave the Ionic Breeze on, and everyone can eat whatever they want. I don't have to ban garlic from people's lunches, and things work out.
I would never work in an office with windows that don't open without the Ionic Breeze again. It makes all the difference in the world.
Let's address the issue that's one of the biggest complaints about other products, and that is these filters.
Filters.
Buying them, changing them. Here's an older unit. We're going to show you how this filter changes.
Okay.
You want to try opening that?
Sure.
It's hard, isn't it? Let me do it for you. Like this. There's quite a bit to do here. So first you undo this.
Okay.
Takes a second. Now watch this. I'm going to pull this out for you. This is a couple of pieces that sort of come apart.
Uh-huh.
So you got one filter here.
Okay.
Got another filter inside.
All right. Oh, they're huge.
They're big and, in this case, expensive.
All right.
Now here's a newer version. Same problem. I'm going to open this here. Watch this now. Take this out.
Right.
This filter here is about every 6 months you got to change.
You change this filter when you can get it out every 6 months.
And then you got two more pieces here. This outer one is like every 3 months, and the inner one's like every year, every 18 months.
6 months, 3 months, a year.
So it's a lot of work and a lot of material.
Wait a minute. And they would all be dirty.
They'd be filthy.
Okay. This is way too messy and way too complicated. I've been known to run my vacuum cleaner for months with the bag full, and I don't think I've ever changed my water filter. I don't even want to know what's going on in there. So I bet a lot of people probably forget to change their air filters.
Well, they do. And you know, Carolyn, if they forget to change the filters, then these units don't even do what they're supposed to do. We eliminated all those parts completely.
Oh, the HEPA filters. Once you have this HEPA machine, then you're dealing with these filters constantly. You have to change them, you have to clean them, you have to take the whole machine apart to get to them, not to mention the cost of replacing these filters constantly. With the Ionic Breeze, you just lift out the grid, clean them off with a damp cloth, and that's it. I will never deal with those HEPA filters again.
Changing the filters is not a problem. I'm an engineer. I could do that. The problem was locating the filters. We went all over the place, and it was just a big hassle.
We barely have time to get groceries, let alone running around to buy a filter. And the Ionic Breeze has been wonderful that way. Just every couple weeks, I wipe it off, and it's good to go.
Call me lazy, but if there were bags and filters and things that you had to do to use this, I'd never do it. With this, you pull it out, swipe, 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 it's clean, it goes back in, and that's it. The Ionic Breeze is a breeze.
Now look at this. There's a comparison. Okay. Here you just simply pull out the collection grid, take a damp sponge.
And that's all it takes. That is so simple.
There's nothing to take apart or put back together. You just snap the unit in when you're done, and that's all there is to it.
And there's nothing to buy.
It's so much easier.
It's so simple. The light comes on. That means all you have to do is pull it out and wipe it off, put it back in, and that's it. I mean, that's good for me. I got other things to